Bezrat Hashem, Parashat Vayishlach. In this week's parasha, there's the story of Yaakov Avinu that arrives Erev Shabbat. He arrives Erev Shabbat Eretz Israel, right? Metaken, he's doing Tikkun Eruv Chatzerot, Eruv Tchumin. He's doing a takana for the She'air, right? And then he sits in the city and he goes Vaiken. He buys off a piece of land, so he doesn't want anything for free. He's coming. He wants to make profit the people of the land. So Rashi learns from this. Every time you go to a city, you should make the city profit. We learn from Avraham Avinu. Avraham Avinu, when he went down from Canaan to Mitzrayim, right? He didn't have any money. Coming back up, right? It says that he went back to the same hotels, right? As he went down, which means Shalach leMitzrayim, went to Mitzrayim, he didn't have money. So he stopped in cheap hotels. You know? When he came back, he could have gone to 5-star hotels, but he didn't. He says, they made me a favor, they didn't charge me, they gave me a break. So Allah לתת להם profit. So they ליהנות את מערכו. Same thing over here. Yaakov Avinu is coming to Eretz Israel. He's saying, I have to do something for those people. They bring him, I can go into the town, right? And the Gemara in Shabbat, Lamed Gimel, is saying, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is going to learn from Yaakov Avinu that when he comes out from Me'ara was Erev Shabbat, like Yaakov Avinu came Erev Shabbat, and he's metaer et kol ha'ir Tveria. He's purifying the whole city of Tveria. He's finding out where the tombs, right? And so the Kohanim shouldn't have to worry to go all around, right? Bekitzu, Yaakov Avinu is coming, he's settling in Eretz Israel, ותצא דינה בת לאה שילדה ליעקב לראות בנות הארץ. Dinah is coming out of the house, she comes to a new place and she wants to see what's going on over there. וירא אותה שכם בן חמור אחרי נשיא הארץ, שכם בן חמור, the son of נשיא הארץ, sees her, ויקח אותה, וישכב אותה, ויעניה, he tortures her, right? He abuses from her, right? And then he tries to seduce her by saying, you know, your father, וידבר עליו הנערה, says Rashi, you know, your father came here, look how much money he bought this land, so much money for a small piece of land. If you get married to me, my father owns all the lands, you can have a big piece of land, תקבלי הרבה, okay? Because so she doesn't want to listen to him, and Yaakov hears about it, and then the father, Shechem and his father, right, they come to negotiate with Yaakov Avinu, right? By this time the brothers are already back, and they're at the table of the negotiation over there, right? And they just listen, okay? So after the Chamor is saying, yeah, you know, Aretz tiyeh lifnechem, you can have the whole land, tishvu ba, scharua, you can make business over here, you can be part of us, okay? Ve'arbu alai moar me'od, how much you want for that? I'll give you for the girl, I'll give you as much money as you want. Tarbu alai, even ask me as much as you want, okay? So the brother says, "Vayanu bnei Yaakov et Shechem ve'et Chamor b'mirma." Vayidabru, and they say, "Listen, what are we talking about over here? Goy and a Jew. First of all, be like us, and then we can negotiate. You don't negotiate, right, when you're not the same level. Be like us, because we cannot marry somebody that doesn't have a brit milah, a circumcision. So if you circumcise yourself, then we can sit back and negotiate." So right away, "Velo echar anar la'asot hadavar." Chamor is telling his father, there's no problem, yeah, but you want them to come to the city, right? So you want everybody to be the same. So they run to the city and they convince the whole city, they convince everybody, right? It says, ויאמרו עליהם, לא נוכל, אך בזאת נאמר לכם, so they go, ויבוא חמור ושכם בנו אל שער עירם, they go to their city, וידברו אל אנשי עירם לאמור, those people are going to bring business into town, they have beautiful girls, you can have Jewish beautiful girls, right? They convince the city, and everybody agrees at the end of the day, right, to do Brit Milah. Then, once they did Brit Milah, ויהי ביום השלישי, on the third day, בהיותם כואבים, as they were hurting, ויקחו שני בני יעקב, שמעון ולוי, אחי דינה, איש חרבו, ויבוא על העיר בטח, ויהרגו כל זכר. They come to the city and they wipe up the city, and according to Chazal, in the Midrashim, there were 24,000 people over there that they had to wipe out, right? Exactly. Okay. Then, said, Yaakov Avinu, he gets upset. Okay? ויאמר יעקב אל שמעון ואל לוי, אחרתם אותי להבישני ביושב הארץ. What do you do? Now it's going to be war. Everybody's going to come against us. We are only a small family, right? And they are Chivi, Vaimori, Vapurizi, Vaivusi, Vaknani, and they're going to come against me. What did you do now? He gets upset with them, right? Very upset with them. Okay? And באמת, the Midrash says he had to fight the Knaani, Yichiteim. They came to really מלחמה, באו למלחמה עליו. They came really to war with him, כן? So they answer, ויאמרו, החזונה יעשה את אחותינו. יפה.
How's Yaakov getting mad?
יפה. Why is Yaakov getting mad? What? Why is Yaakov getting mad? Right? So it says over here in Rashi, okay? Rashi says over here, how come, Rashi says, he told them, how come, נהגו עצמם שמעון ולוי כשאר אנשים שאינם בניו, שלא נטלו עצה ממנו. You know why Yaakov is getting upset? אתם הילדים שלי, you are my kids. שלום, אתם לא from people from the street. How come you didn't tell me? Okay, Abba, you know now that they did Brit Milah, we're going to go there, we're going to kill them, we're going to wipe them up, כן? לא שאלתם אותי, you didn't ask me. You just went and you killed them. You should have asked me. That's why he's upset.
Did Yaakov know about the fact that the Mirmah thing about the Brit Milah?
Yeah. That was a Mirmah of everybody said. It's not Shimon and Levi who said it. It's the brothers, the older brothers said that. Reuven, everybody, right? Yes, they just wanted to be able to go and take Dinah, right? But to go and kill them? מי אמר את זה בכלל? Who said? כן? אז על זה מתרגז יעקב, he says, you didn't ask advice, right? Okay, שאלה. And if they would ask advice, מה התשובה?
Do it.
No, it's not humanitary, you know, I cannot kill people, you know, Hamas.
היה לו שם טוב.
כן, but
עכשיו אתה bא ואתה מוציא אותו שקרן.
look at Rashi. You know what happened? They attached. One second. But listen, they attached Dinah in the house. Kashruta. She's a hostage. He abuses from her. מענה אותה, Rashi says. כן, כדרכה ושלא כדרכה. And he comes to negotiate על חוצפה. He comes to negotiate. כן? He comes to negotiate. מה יעקב צריך להגיד? מה, no, it's not humanitary to kill the people. מה. Okay, so basically, what did they do wrong? Okay, they didn't ask you. But did they do the right thing? They did the right thing. אז מה אתה מתרגז? What, are you scared? Yaakov is not scared. אז מה היה בדיוק הרעיון? What was exactly the idea that he got so upset because they לא שאלו עצה? מה היה הרעיון? אז יש כמה דרכים לתרץ. חשבתי בעזרת השם יש כמה דרכים לתרץ. There's few ways to answer this. First of all, there's a story about the Chafetz Chaim and his son-in-law. They went to, הם הלכו לאיזה trip, they went to להתרים, לישיבות וזה. When they came back, they could, you know, in the olden days there was a horse and buggy. עגלה, סוס ועגלה. By the time the Chafetz Chaim went off the wagon, he took his wallet and he was about to pay the coachman. So his son-in-law אמר לו, oh, no need, I paid him already. So the Chafetz Chaim got upset. He said, so the son-in-law says, father-in-law, why are you upset? He says, why you pay him? I wanted to pay him. He says, no, it's okay. Let me. But he saw he's upset. Tell me what's wrong. He says, tell me something. The Chafetz Chaim asking his son-in-law, tell me something. When you paid him, what did you have in mind? He says, nothing. He gave a service, taxi. I'm shalem taxi. Okay? He says, that's why I'm upset. That's exactly why I'm upset. He says, why? He says, you pay him, you know how many mitzvot you do? ביומו תיתן שכרו. מצוות עשה מן התורה. לא תבוא השמש עליו. You shouldn't wait till the night to pay him, you know? He numbered, the Chafetz Chaim נתן לו like 6 mitzvot you do when you pay a taxi. So אתה יכול להיכנס לטקסי, you can go into a taxi, לוקח אותך, takes you, ואתה נותן לו here, 20 shekel, 30 shekel. מה עשית? לא עשית כלום. Didn't do nothing. As opposed to when I pay, I'm thinking about, I'm doing 6 mitzvot. That's why the Chafetz Chaim was upset. Okay? על פי זה, we can explain, why is Yaakov upset? שלא נתנו עצה? You're going to kill them. But 1 second. מה חשבתם? What did you think when he did it? There is few mitzvot you should have thought about. Right? מה המצווה? If they're רשעים, like the מפרשים say, right? Like Dor HaChaim HaKadosh says, right? They say, their intention was just to kill Shechem and Hamor. That wasn't their intention. Why? Because they were holding back to Dinah. They were holding back Dinah, נכון? אז הם רצו רק להרוג את שכם וחמור. Then the whole city came against them. The people started to protect Shechem and Hamor. Oh, you coming against us? So they killed them, okay? הבא להורגך, השכם להורגו. חשבתם על זה? Did you think about it? And Shechem וחמור, why you killed them? Okay? Because they abused Dinah. Ben Noach, one of the mitzvot? לא. עריות. ואם בן נוח עושה עריות, מה דינו? בית דין חייב מיתה. חשבתם על זה? שאתם חייבים אותו? מה זה? אפילו פנויה? אסור, מה זה? ודאי שיש. לא, מה זה? עריות גם פנויה? בטח, גם פנויה. כן, יש פה חופה, זה זנות. זה זנות. לקחת...
דוד המלך כזה על הפנויות. זה רבנן, זה לא דורייתא.
יפה, אבל זה בן נוח, זה חלק מהמצווה שלו. יש לו רבנן.
גם על פנויה?
גם על פנויה. תסתכל, look at רש"י בפרשת בלק. He says, the עצה of בלעם. מה היה שם? פנויות, נכון? פרץ גדר שגדרו אומות העולם. The nations of the world.
בסדר, יש הבדל בין להעשים את עצמה לפרוצה לבין אחד שמייחד לך.
יפה, אז מותר לך לשכב עם בחורה ככה שהיא לא רוצה? אונס, מותר לאנוס אותה? מותר לקחת בחורה לא נשואה? בקיצור, זה במילה גדולה, זה עריות. ובן נוח נהרג. You kill בן נוח if he commits adultery, right? Did you think about it? Did you think about that you're killing him מפי דין? כן? So he says over here, כן? He says over here that that's why we can... So we... רודף. בקיצור, יש הרבה מצוות that you can think. So he's getting upset. לא נטלתם עצה לשאול what would be in this case, what they should think when doing it. For sure Yaakov would give them the okay. If for sure would give them the okay, but the reason he's upset because they didn't do it... כן, לא עשיתם איזה חלק ממצווה. Just to kill them, הנה תראה. ותראה מה קרה. If you read the כתבי Arizal, the Arizal says because they killed them like this, and it was not exactly the right thing to do, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave them a chance to those 24,000 to come back בגלגול, בתור, what? בתור יהודים בדורו של משה רבנו. 1 second. They came as Jews, they reincarnated as Jews, part of the tribe of Shimon. Shimon killed them. They came back as Jews, part of the tribe of Shimon. And then when they committed adultery again, so then they died by Magefa. And Hashem gave them a second chance. What's the second chance? Talmidei Rabbi Akiva. שלא כיבדו את זה. They didn't ask עצה, they didn't respect each other, and they died again. So אם הם היו באמת רשעים ולא מגיע להם, why did Hashem make them reincarnate 2 times to give them 2 chances? To come as tzaddikim? To come as a generation of Moshe Rabbeinu, to come as תלמידי רבי עקיבא, משמע שזה לא היה 100%, כן? אז נכון, היה פה חשבונות נכונים. There was right חשבונות. The חשבון was, what do you mean? You take a sister, you abuse her, you hold her captive, you come against us when we're trying to get our sister, right? הכל היה טוב, אבל למה לא חשבת על המצווה? אם היית חושב על מצווה, you were 100% legit.
איך אפשר לוי? לוי was צדיק.
יפה?
How did you not think about מצווה?
בסדר. They were 13 years old, don't forget. ויקחו איש חרבו, אומר המדרש, that day they turned 13. They turned, both of them turned 13. ממש בר מצווה שלהם.
How could it be both?
Because they were, ממש, Levi and Shimon, they were like 2 weeks apart. Maybe a month apart, or 2 weeks.
They were 2 different.
לאה.
No,
נו,
1 month.
לאה ראובן, and right away...
At least 9 months, no?
Shimon ולוי for sure 9 months.
maybe 6 months. 6 months apart. 6 months apart.
Levi was premature?
Huh?
Shimon...
All of them. They're 6 months.
Okay,
6 months apart. Yeah, 6 months apart.
אז לאה had short birth.
Yeah. All the imot, that's short terms.
Why did they kill everyone? What did they do wrong?
Because the Ramban, the Or HaChaim says, they stood against them to kill them when they came to get their sister. Because they wanted to defend Shechem and Hamor.
Weren't they third day after Brit?
Huh?
Weren't they the third day after?
Right, so they tried to do something. So they killed them.
So it's not like they say in school that they were like laying down in their
Yeah.
bed and
They
stepping
got
down.
involved. They got involved.
You can also say that they, what does it mean they got in their way? The Shem and Chamor used them as human shields.
Okay, זה אחד. דבר שני, the second thing, they bring down over here, one of the things that Yaakov got upset, right? למה הוא התרגז, יעקב? Because they did Brit Milah. Once they do Brit Milah, according to the Ramban, once they did Brit Milah, they don't have a din ben Noach, they have a din Israel. So they had no right to kill them. That's why Yaakov's the idea. But, אומר החתם סופר, the svara of Shimon ולוי is what? svara of Shimon ולוי, since the Brit Milah was not done לשם שמיים, it was done just for business, you know, they have girls, they have business coming in, right? So therefore they cannot be nidon as Ben Israel, right? So therefore Shimon ולוי argued on their father bisvara, and that's why he's getting upset. At least talk to me. בוא נסתכל מה אומר התוספות, let's see what Tosfot says, like Rashi is, I'm just saying, there's no Tosfot Rashi yet, but let's see, סברת מי נכונה. So you just took a svara, you say, oh, ללא שם שמיים, so let's kill them, right? And Yaakov says, no, it is לשם שמיים. Okay? And again, you see Yaakov was right, because Hashem gave them 2 extra chances to become reincarnated again. Okay? אז להגיד לך, אומר רש"י, you know what the whole deal was? The whole deal was, שלא נטלו עצה. You want to do something? At the end, you can do whatever you want, right? But at least ask to see if you're really right. Maybe you can change what you're doing, or maybe you do the same thing with a different machshava. Like the Chafetz Chaim is telling his son-in-law, you pay a taxi anyways, you have to pay. They're going to go kill them anyways because they're holding back to dinah. But what are you thinking, Beshad, that you're doing the act, right? יש כזה רש"י, there's a רש"י in בראשית. בראשית כתוב, ויאמר השם, נעשה האדם בצלמנו כדמותנו. רש"י שואל, ויאמר השם נעשה, let's do, who are you talking to? Says the Rashi, נטל עצה מהמלאכים. What do you say? The Midrash says, oh, they became 2 groups. One group says, what? You're going to create a person, Ramai, Shakran, Ganav, what do you need for, right? Other group said, לא, בן אדם הפוך, he's going to do mitzvot, כן? שכתוב, אמת מארץ תצמח וצדק משמיים נשקף. הקדוש ברוך הוא לקח את מידת האמת, זרק אותה לארץ. Because אמת says, האדם שקרן, you cannot create. האדם is going to be a liar. You cannot create man. זרק אותו. צדק גם זרק אותו, לא לארץ, זרק אותו, כן? אמת מארץ תצמח וצדק משמיים נשקף. צדק was pushed away, but he is also, כן? למה צדק? לא, סליחה, צדק הפוך. צדק אמר שזה טוב. למה צדק? כי צדק אמר, הוא יהיה בעל צדקה. The man is going בעל צדקה. So צדק השאיר אותו בשמיים. There was 2 groups. מה קרה? אומר רש"י, רגע. אם אפיקורוס קורא, if אפיקורוס reads this, what is going to say? Oh, you see, God didn't create man. God created man with the help of the מלאכים. נעשה אדם בצלמנו, כן? אז אומר רש"י, ותשובתו בצידו. But the answer is lying right there. ויעש השם אלוקים את האדם. לא כתוב ויעשו. Then say, and they did. ויעש. What happened? As the angels were arguing, yes, no, maybe, yes, no, Hashem went and created the man. He told them, stop arguing, it's already done. So why are you asking them? Why are you asking them? Okay? Rashi says, to teach you. You want to do something? Tish'al etzah. Ask an advice. Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? He's going to tell you yes, no. At the end, you can do whatever you want. But at least shalta etzah. Because you're going to change your mind. Could be you're going to do what you want to do, but in a different way. And could be, maybe you're right. But tish'al etzah. It's always good to ask. And we say it every night. בערבית. מה אנחנו בערבית? Before העמידה. ותקננו בעצה הטובה מלפניך. We ask Hashem, give us the good advice, the right way how to do things. Right? We're going to do mitzvot. We're going to do the מעשים, כן? אבל תקננו, give us the mind to have a good עצה. כן? You're not losing from עצה. עצה you're asking, right? And You never know what, but at least, right? Somebody can, like, what איך אומרים, is going to open your eyes. Maybe you're right, but maybe you see you're wrong, right? And that was the whole point of Yaakov. Yaakov's point was, right, that you cannot do things, right, on your own. Okay? You have to always ask, right? So it tells you over here that Bnei Yaakov really, it's how do you call this? Levi, Shimon and Levi, right? They did the right thing, right? But the question was, they should have asked Etzami. Okay? And it's interesting. When it comes to Reuven, Parashat Vayechi, right? He gets upset on him. What he says? Pachaz kamayim. You know, Reuven, you're like water. Water, when they run, lo choshvim. They don't think. So you could have been Melech because you're Bechor. You could have been Kohen because you're first. Ken? Kohen, Ken? פחז כמיים, אל תותר. עכשיו, אתה לא תקבל כלום. You're not going to be a king. The kings are going to be from Yehuda. And you're not going to be בכור. This is going to come from Yosef. Yosef is going to be בכור. ואני בכור אתנאו.
אבל האחים שמעו לעצה של ראובן של להציל מהאדם, לא להרוג את זה.
כן. אבל, when it came to מעשה בלעה, כן, היה צריך לבוא לאבא שלו. He should have come to his father and says, אבא, how you come you do this? Right? Rachel just passed away. Right? How you go to Bil'ah, the servant of Leah? Right? The next in line, after Rachel, which is Akeret Habayit, even Bnei Yaakov, Bnei Leah also admit, Rashi says, they also admit that Rachel is Ikar. Where? By Maaseh Boaz. Iten Adonai את האישה הבאה אל ביתך כרחל וכלאה. Who is saying this? Boaz. מאיזה שבט בועז? יהודה. And he says, ייתן האישה את האישה רות המואביה הבאה אל ביתך כרחל וכלאה. הקדימו רחל ללאה. Even בני יהודה הסכימו, they were agreed that Rachel is עיקר הבית. But now that Rachel passed away, right? Normally the next in line should be Leah. Rachel ולאה, כן? And Yaakov goes to אוהל בלעה. Reuven gets upset, gets up, מה זה, הולך, עושה רעש שמה, so his father cannot be with Bil'ah, and he missed the occasion to have a 13th son. He could have had another boy, and that will be 13 instead of 12, right? He missed this occasion, okay? So he tells you, Reuven, he gets upset, and over there, he does not get upset. He does not get upset on Shimon ולוי. מה אומר להם? שמעון ולוי כלי חמאס מחורותיהם. על מה הוא מתרגז? Oh, you know, you took weapons. ויקחו איש חרבו, they take their sword, and they go fight against the city, right? למה הוא לא אומר להם, right? In what right? So Rashi comments over there, Rashi, כלי חמאס מחורותיהם, what does he comment? You took the job of Esav. Who takes swords? מי לוקח חרב? עשיו. חמאס מחורותיהם, חמאסתם, you stole this idea from עשיו. You stole this idea from עשיו. To go and wipe out people and to kill them with the sword. Maybe you did the right thing. אבל this is the idea of עשיו. למה אומר להם עשיו? What does עשיו think? So I think, בלי נדר, means בסייעתא דשמיא, I think, עשיו תמיד שאל עצה מאבא שלו. He was a רמאי. אבא, איך מאסרים את התבן? How do you give מעשר from תבן? איך מאסרים את המלח? How do you give מעשר from salt? זה הכל רמאות. But always he's asking his father, how, you know? He's asking advice from his father. רמאי, אין החנמי. But, you know, you learn from him, come to ask questions.
He doesn't care what his dad tells him. He's like, how do you do Tvorah and by himself he eat tevin?
יפה, but at least he's showing... I'll tell you a story. Somebody came to Chazon Ish, and he told him he goes to דף היומי כל יום. כל יום הולך דף. אבל הבעיה, he comes back so tired, from the beginning of the shul, till the end of the shul, נרדם. אז הוא אומר, you know, what's the point going to shul and wake up, רבי חניה מקשה אומר. You know, what's the point? Can stay home. אז הוא בא לשאול שאלת רב. החזון איש אמר לו, he continued. He says, why? He says, the fact that your kids see you coming out with a Gemara from your house, going to בית המדרש, זה education for your kids. כן? אז הוא אמר לו, תנסה, try, הם באמת אחרי העצה של החזון איש, after that, he tried and he was succeeding to learn also, כן? אבל הוא שאל עצה, בשביל מה זה טוב לילדים שלך? גם עשיו, אפילו שהוא היה רשע, אבל עצם העובדה שהילדים שלו רואים, הוא הולך לסבא, הוא שואל עצה איך מאסרים את התבן. הוא רשע, אחרי זה הוא לא מאסר לא את התבן ולא את המלח, אבל הילדים שלו רואים את זה. Sometimes you do things even though it's not coming to practice, אבל אתה נותן דוגמה. You give an a... אותו דבר, they should have, הם שבטי יה. They are שבטי יה. And as שבטי יה, they have to give an example to כלל ישראל עד סוף הדורות. אז יעקב מתרגל, says, you should have given example, so in the Torah, it should say, they came to Yaakov and they asked them what to do, and he told them this is how you should do it, or not do it, or whatever. זה אתם נתתם not as such a good example to the children, to בני ישראל to come, right? So basically, מה היה הרוגז? לא פחד, because when you read the Torah, it seems like, ונאספו עליי, ויקוני, ונשמעתי, אני וביתי, כן? It seems like Yaakov is scared, okay? But what's going to happen now? They're going to come fight us. But Rashi doesn't say that. Rashi says it's not busy. A gibor, just Yehuda, they say he was such a gibor when he fought over there. They say he fought so much that the sword stuck to his hand. He killed so many of them. The Knaani, Chitem, they came to fight against him. The sword stuck to his hand. He couldn't move. He couldn't undo the thing, right? Okay?
יעקב אבינו מרים אבן ענקית מהבאר ככה.
Exactly. אז מה העניין? העניין הוא ליטול עצה. Always ask. It can be your parents. You don't have to always, not always rabbis. It can be your parents. It can be your wife. לפעמים אתה רוצה לעשות משהו, איזה business deal, ואתה סתם, over supper, you talk to your wife, you know, I met this person today, he offered me this, מה את אומרת? You know, she might tell you something very smart. It's not maybe you're going to do it, right? But she might open your eyes on something you didn't think of. תמיד תשאל עצה. תמיד תשאל, כן? עומר, סובעת השם שנלמד לשאול, ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך.